Welcome to Practice with Kris. I'm Kris, and this is our first video practice of the new year. Woo! New routine in 2015. That's right. If you haven't already noticed, I have a new setup. I recently moved to the mountains just outside of Asheville, North Carolina, and I'm really happy that I'll be offering these video practices from up here. I also am happy to announce a big thank you to all of you who filled out the online survey I posted at the end of the year. At your request, today's practice is a little yoga and meditation for stress. Think of it as a yoga break, a short practice you can do anytime you're feeling low on energy and high on stress. Right? So if that's how you're feeling right now, step away from your work. Now is a great time to move your body, connect to your breath, and recharge. Make sure you can hear me all right. Grabbing a towel or a mat and any other props you might need, like a blanket or an eye pillow. Sounds good? Great, let's begin. Begin lying on your back. Extend the legs straight, peel the arms away from the side body, turning the palms face up, just widening through the collarbones, slightly lifting the chest. If this isn't comfortable for the low back, simply bend your knees. Take care of yourself. However you're lying, start to release the weight of your body down towards the floor. Beginning to let go of any unnecessary tension the best that you can. And then placing one hand on the belly, place one hand on the chest. Relax your jaw, soften the tongue away from the teeth, and start to deepen your breath any amount without causing strain. Breathing in and out of the nose. You might begin to notice as you inhale how the belly first expands, then the ribs widen, and maybe the chest lifts. As you exhale, you might begin to notice how the chest lowers, the ribs move in, and the belly softens down. Again, inhaling deeply, expanding the belly, expanding the ribs, expanding the chest, and exhaling, softening. With each inhale, there's this energizing, lifting quality of the breath where you're actually bringing oxygen into the body. And on your exhale, there's this calming, cleansing effect where you're literally releasing CO2 from your body. Inhaling what you need, exhaling what you don't. Continue to stay with this rhythm of your breath as you relax your arms next to the side body and start to bring your legs together. Flex your feet or draw your toes towards your shins. Start to lengthen through your heels and your tailbone. And on your next inhale, lengthen the arms up over the head, reaching long through the fingers, stretching the side body, and then interlace your fingers and press the palms actively away from you. At the same time, stay engaged through your legs, heels press away from the waist. Take one more full breath. Inhaling here. And on your next exhale, release the hands back down towards the waist. Relax the body, take a breath. And on the next inhale, go ahead, flex your feet. Start to engage the legs.
And inhale, lengthen the arms up over the head, reaching long behind you. And then interlace the fingers with the opposite pinky on top. Turn those palms away from you and lengthen out of the arms, out of the waist. Breathing deeply into the front of the body. Exhaling completely. One more inhale. And on your next exhale, release the arms next to the waist. Inhale, bend your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around the knees or the shins and begin to squeeze the thighs towards the belly. At this point, if gentle rocking from side to side feels appropriate, give it a go. And then if it feels okay, bring your hands to the backs of the thighs, cross your ankles, and begin to rock forward and back along your spine. Eventually, create enough momentum that you rock all the way forward and transition onto all fours. So spread your fingers wide, stack your shoulders over your wrists, and stack your hips over your knees. On the next inhale, let the belly drop towards the floor, lengthen your chest forward, lift the gaze, and as you exhale, stay engaged through your arms as you start to tuck the tailbone under, rounding the upper back. Press the mat away from you and gently draw your chin towards the chest. Now find the rhythm of your breath and let it lead this movement. Belly softens, widen through the collarbones, lengthen the chest. And on the exhale, rounding the spine, pressing the mat away from you, stay long in the back of your neck. A few more times at your own pace. Notice any tendency to want to speed up the movement here. And instead, maybe slow down the breath, subsequently slowing down the movement. Go ahead, finish the one you're on, and then just complete one more, bringing your full attention to any of the sensations that you're creating in the body here. On the next inhale, come back to neutral table, and then walk your hands forward. Release your hips down towards the floor. Maybe the toes touch as you sink back into child's pose. Resting the forehead on the mat. Relax your arms, relax your shoulders. And then again, just release the weight of your body down towards the floor. Maybe start to notice as you inhale the expansive quality in the back of your body. Each time you exhale, letting go the to-dos, the stress, the worries. On your next inhale, start to press down actively through all 10 finger pads, especially the pointer and the thumb. And then as you do that, lift your forearms away from the mat so your arms are active. As you press the mat forward and down away from you, see if you can lengthen your hips a little bit closer down towards your heels. It's okay if they don't touch. On your next inhale, come back up onto all fours. And then tuck your toes under, getting long through the arms just like you were doing in child's pose. Lift the forearms away from the mat. And when you're ready, lift the knees away from the mat, take the hips back into downward facing dog. Right? So for this first down dog, keep a bend in your knees and don't worry about getting your heels towards the floor. Right? This pose is more about lengthening the spine. Inhale, bend your right knee, and then begin to lengthen the left heel. Maybe it touches the floor, maybe it doesn't. Stay long in the back of your neck. Breathe into the stretch. Then bend the left knee, straighten the right leg. Again, the best that you can. Extend the heel down towards the floor, keeping the hips high.
The arms are active. Bend both knees here. As you press the mat away from you, start to lift your sit bones a little bit higher. Right? And then any amount as you exhale, start to straighten the legs, pressing the thigh bones away from the belly or back behind you, really lengthening the spine here. Right? And then like a turtle would release its head from its shell, start to extend the crown of your head down towards the floor, but keep gazing towards the back of your mat. If you're sagging in the belly and the ribs, pull them up towards the back body. Notice all this length you've created in your spine. Take one more full breath, breathing into this space. And on the next inhale, bend your knees. This time bring them a little bit wider. Toes touch, exhale, relax into child's pose. Relax your arms, take a slight bend in the elbows. Relax your hips and breathe. Great, on the next inhale, come up onto all fours. And then you're going to draw your knees closer towards your hands, cross your ankles, and come and sit onto the booty. And then start to make your way onto the back. Okay. Once you get on the back, roll onto your right side, stacking your knees. Bring your right arm long, or extend it long out of the shoulder. And then notice here how my hips are stacked. My knees, this is really important, are in the same line as my hips or higher. They are not lower. Okay, so make that adjustment here again, taking care of your body. Then you're going to stack your shoulders, stack your arms, stack your palms. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, start to lift that left arm up towards the ceiling. Follow the gaze onto the hand. And then relax that left arm down towards the floor as you open up the chest. On the next inhale, return to where we were with the palms touching, shoulders stacked. Do the best you can to squeeze your knees together. Inhale. And as you exhale, lift the left arm up towards the ceiling. Follow the gaze on the hand. Open up the chest. And release that left arm and shoulder towards the floor. Again, inhale. Off to the right. Start to find your breath here. Exhale. Into the twist. 3 more times on your own. Again, paying attention fully to what you're doing in this moment, right? Moving slowly. Moving mindfully. And the next time you exhale, stay in your twist. Lengthen that left arm a little bit further away from you and see if you can start to get your shoulders down towards the floor. Really widening through your collarbones, opening up the chest. Breathing here the best that you can. Maybe gazing towards that left hand for a gentle neck stretch. On your next inhale, bring your knees back up towards the center. Right? And then we'll roll over onto the other side. So this time, your left arm is going to be onto the floor, extended from the shoulder. You're going to bend your knees. Again, stack your knees, stack your hips, stack your arms, and stack your palms. Inhale. And exhale, opening up into the twist. That right arm comes down towards the floor this time. Follow the gaze onto the hand. Inhale, lift back up, come out of the twist. And exhale back into the twist. 3 more times at your own pace. slowing down the movement by slowing down the breath. Next time you exhale, stay in your twist. And this time reach the right shoulder away from you. And then start to open up the chest, softening both shoulders towards the floor. Maybe gaze towards that right arm. And breathe. The next time you inhale, bring your knees back up through the center. And then bring your hips back underneath your shoulders, drawing your knees in towards your chest as you wrap your arms around the knees or the shins. Give yourself a gentle squeeze here. Again, any gentle rocking here. Maybe even press the knees away from you and then make little circles, just gently massaging the low back. If you're doing that option, reverse the direction of the circles. And then make your way up by rolling out onto the side, press into the palms. And we're going to come into legs up the wall pose. Right? If you're unfamiliar with how to get into this posture or you like modifications, I do have a legs up the wall video, so you can check that out. But go ahead, slide your mat or blanket, whatever you're lying on here, so that the narrow end is right up against a wall. And then now's a really good time too, if you aren't wearing socks, right? When our body relaxes, the body temperature decreases. So you can put some extra layers on, maybe grab a blanket, depending on where you are, at home or the office. Right? You should have a blanket in your office. You know, for the power naps you're taking in your office, or should be. Or for these yoga breaks, right? The key here is that whatever reason you're feeling stressed right now is because you're taking care of stuff, right? But you need to be taking care of yourself too, okay? So that's exactly what we're gonna do. Legs up the wall. And there's that blanket I've been talking about. And the way I like to get into it is starting in kind of a child's pose position, and then I just roll onto my back. Extend my legs up, get my hips as close to the wall that's comfortable. Slide in a little bit, it's okay. And then I'm gonna bend my knees here. Make sure your neck's comfortable. I like to put a blanket underneath my head, but you can also cover yourself with the blanket too. And then bringing your legs into like bound angle. So the feet are together. Sometimes people know this as like butterfly. And then bring your hands to your thighs. This contact will just allow you to soften through your groin, soften through your hips, any amount. Breathing deeply into the front body still. Come back to that quality 3-part breath. And again, softening upper body down towards the mat. And then you can go ahead, close the knees like a book, extend the legs straight up. Just like we did on the back body, the toes are drawn towards the heel, towards the shins. And then choose an arm variation that's comfortable, right? So if you're feeling tight in your shoulders and chest, taking goalpost or cactus arms, where you bend the elbows at 90 degrees, rest the backs of the hands onto the floor, that might feel good. And if it doesn't, you can also take kind of traditional relaxation pose where the arms are down 45-degree angle, maybe pressing down through the backs of the palms, lifting the heart up a little bit more and softening the shoulders down towards the mat. Okay, so choose what feels right for you. Okay, the best that you can, release any gripping or strain in the legs. And then this time we'll start to isolate the breath just in the belly. So as you inhale, start to expand the belly like a balloon. And as you exhale, let all of the air out without forcing it, just like you would let air deflate naturally out of a balloon. Again, inhaling, expanding the belly like a balloon. And exhale, letting all of the air out. Continue at your own pace. Maybe closing down the eyes if it's comfortable here. And relaxing the eyes away from the brain, away from those thoughts, away from those worries. Take as many of these belly breaths as you need, but eventually, at some point, completely let go of the breath. Gently watching the natural rise and fall of your uncontrolled breath on the belly. Letting each exhale serve as a reminder to release, to let go of anything you might be holding on to here. Relaxing your neck, relaxing your jaw, relaxing your tongue, relaxing your cheeks, relaxing your forehead, relaxing your brain, relaxing your whole being. Now begin to deepen your breath, returning to those energizing, life-giving inhales, returning to those calming, cleansing exhales. Inhaling what you need, exhaling what you don't. Eventually bend your knees in towards your chest. Taking care of yourself, give yourself a gentle hug here. And then slowly start to roll over onto one side. Let the arm become a pillow for the head. Draw your knees a little bit closer in towards your heart. Resting in this side fetal position. Take 2 of the deepest, most nourishing breaths you've taken all day. Letting the head come up last, press into the palms with as little disturbance as possible. Maybe even continue to keep the eyes closed down as you make your way into any comfortable seated pose. Just taking this last moment to notice how it feels to be here now. Remember that you can always return to this place of peace, this constant calm within you, your true nature, by simply slowing down and consciously connecting to your breath. Taking one final deep inhale. Exhale completely. And take your time to slowly and gently open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me for this simple practice and taking this time to care for yourself. Okay? I'll be back in 2 weeks with a new practice. Remember, new routine 2015. So in the meantime, I wish you less stress and more moments. Namaste.